Hi guys, it's Poonam here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about fragrance-free skincare. So first things first, I kind of just wanted to fill you in a little bit about where I started and how I got into skincare, because I kind of think that's relevant to this subject. So I have got really sensitive skin, hence the name Sensitive Sister. When I was younger, I used to have dry patches and problematic skin, and it was really just by trying loads of different things that I actually realized that it was fragrance that was causing the biggest problem. When I actually did eliminate fragrances from the skincare products that I was using, I did notice quite a big difference. I noticed the reduction in the flare-up of spots, and just the overall look of my skin. I felt like it was starting to look a bit better. So after I discovered that it was fragrance that was causing the problem, I sort of generally became a bit more interested in skincare generally. I would go snooping around Boots, checking out all the different products. I know that a lot of us love doing that.
Basically, I was started to get obsessed with skincare.
The more I looked into skincare, the more I realized actually how hard it is to choose the right skincare. There's so many different brands out there and so many different products that all claim to be for specific reasons, when actually you look at the ingredients list and they're not. And that, I think, was the biggest surprise for me. I'd look at products aimed at sensitive skin, look at their ingredients list and saw that they were high in alcohol, saw that they had fragrance in them, and I was really thinking to myself, how are people actually going to know about this? So it was from there that I started off with my Instagram page, and that was a few years ago. It's sensitivesister, obviously. Please check that out. It's so cheesy, it's ridiculous. And I just start posting things that I was interested in, products that I was using. After Instagram, I still was quite interested in products and I kind of wanted to do a bit more, and that's where my blog was actually created. And you can also check that out. That's www.sensitivesister.co.uk. So I would write articles on there of things that interested me, and more specifically how things work for people with sensitive skin and what kind of things to use, because for me it was a process of elimination. I've tried so many products. I really just wanted to share some of the tips that I've learned through doing all of that. And now I've started my YouTube channel, which I'm really excited about. I really hope that either my Instagram, my blog, or now this platform will be helpful to somebody. So now I'm actually going to talk about why you shouldn't use fragrance in your products. The number one reason of why you shouldn't be using fragrance in your products is because it is not good for your skin. Shock horror. Light bulb.
Oh my god,
It's not good for your skin. There is zero benefit to that ingredient. It's not going to magically improve your skin texture. It's not going to get rid of your acne. It's going to make those things worse. Fragrance in skincare is a sensitizing ingredient, which means that it actually reacts with your skin. It's one of the most common causes of sensitive skin. It's something that is backed by evidence. It's backed by studies, and studies which I've actually read because I'm such a loser. I do like to actually research into ingredients quite a lot. I tend not to take the word of random people talking on YouTube telling you what you should and shouldn't do. I really think that you should do that as well. If you're unsure about something, research it. Don't just believe what you see. Don't believe what you hear. Somebody says to you,
oh my god, this skincare, it's just changed my skin.
And you go out and buy it and it doesn't do that for you. There's various reasons why that might be. Everybody's skin is different and things react differently to different people. So it is really important for you to find out what things actually irritate you, and fragrance will be one of them. There's no dispute about that. Fragrance does damage your skin in small quantities, if not in larger quantities. Those of us with sensitive skin, it has more of a visual effect on your skin. For those of you that don't really see any difference when you use fragrance, it is causing slight irritations that you might not really be aware of. The damage caused may not always be visible at the beginning, but it is definitely doing something to your skin. So you may be thinking, oh my god, that is so boring. I use fragrance all the time in my skincare and it's never given me a problem. What I would suggest to you is try using fragrance-free skincare for a month, for 2 weeks, however long it is that you want to do it, and see if there is any difference in your skin, and let me know what happens. I'm really curious. I really want to hear from you all. just moving on to the actual perfume that's in your skincare product. The fragrances that some of the companies use have a lot of different elements, which then makes it more likely that you will be irritated. We don't actually know what makes up that fragrance. It doesn't ever list all the things that are in that fragrance. It just lists on the skincare product that it contains perfume, which means that there are so many more chances that that product is going to irritate your skin. The whole point of an ingredient list is to see what the brand and the manufacturers have actually put into the product, so that we as consumers can make decisions about what we want to buy. And when it comes to perfume, I literally have no idea what kind of scent they've used, where the perfume has come from, and that's something that doesn't really appeal to me as a customer. I want to know what's going into my skincare products because I want to know what I'm putting onto my skin, and that is one of the risks of using fragrance in your skincare. So fragrances actually include things like essential oils and plant extracts. Some of the most problematic essential oils are things like lavender oil, rosemary oil, mint, peppermint, and citruses as well. A lot of brands actually market their skincare based on the fact that it's natural, you know, it came from this plant and it came from this flower and it's gonna do all of these wonderful things. And sometimes that can be the case. However, they are still fragrant in nature. After a certain point with specific oils, they actually break down and oxidize, meaning that it's not a product that's doing any benefit to you because the ingredients are not stable and they've already broken down. And that can have an effect on your skin and the efficacy of the product as well. And this can actually happen anytime, dependent on what type of product you've got. If you are going to be using essential oils, check which ones you're using, check the shelf life of that product as well, and store it appropriately. So why do manufacturers use fragrances in their skincare products? People enjoy using fragranced products. It's a great experience when you open a product and it smells amazing.
You just want to slather that all over your face.
And one of the reasons why people actually go back to using a skincare product, because they associate that product with that beautiful smell and they enjoy using it. Another reason why cosmetic companies put fragrance in skincare is to actually mask the original smell of the product. So often they use a lot of different chemicals in skincare which can have an unpleasant smell. So sometimes they put the fragrance in to cover up that smell. How do you find out what's fragrance free if it's not listed on the front of the packaging, which is the most obvious answer, isn't it? Let's be honest. Some products will say fragrance free, but I urge you to please check those ingredients lists. Even though some things say that they're fragrance free, they can still contain essential oils, lavender oil. Why? Please check the ingredient lists on the back of products. They should say somewhere fragrance, perfume, or parfum.
Parfum.
Another thing that's quite important is where it actually is on the list. If it says perfume right at the top of the list, then that means that it's one of the primary ingredients of that skincare product. If it's towards the end, that means that there's only a small amount of fragrance in there. Now, as a rule of thumb, I just exclude it completely because I really don't want to risk my skin breaking out or the texture being ruined. If it's a potential risk, then surely it's better to exclude it, right? My favourite fragrance-free brands are CeraVe, Shakara. You may have seen on my Instagram. I just go on about them all the time. I really do love them.
This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm not getting anything from this.
I genuinely love the CeraVe products. Simple, obviously an oldie but a goodie. Clinique, all of their skincare products are fragrance-free, which is amazing. Cetaphil as well. Those are just some of my favourites. Everyone's entitled to make their own choices and have their own opinions as well. So obviously, please do whatever makes you happy, but please do a patch test before you use fragrance products just to make sure that you're not going to get any bad reactions as a result. I really hope that this video has helped you establish whether or not you want to be using fragrance in your skincare. It's a subject which is quite close to my heart, and I tend to sort of go on at my family and my friends about it a lot. They'll just be like,
oh, not this one again, going on about fragrance.
But I do it because I do want everybody to have good skin, and I do think that fragrance is one of those things that are not going to help you with that. But obviously, as I mentioned before, the choice is yours. But I hope that this information has been helpful for you. I will put some links of the studies that I've read down below, and some of the websites which I've got some of the information from. I have recommended some products down below that I really love, and you can see more about that on my Instagram page, so please check that out. If you are interested in checking out my website as well, please have a look on there. There are some reviews of products that are fragrance free on there too, and there will be some reviews on this platform coming as well. In the meantime, please do subscribe and like this video and leave any comments that you've got down below. Thanks so much for your time. Take care.